Going live, going to grab something to drink. I'll be right back. Just hold it right. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I decided to do an impromptu live. Hey Joker, hey Gary, hey Ariel, and hey Solo. How you guys doing? Just decided to do an impromptu live. Having surgery in the morning. Eric, I had to stop and get something to drink. Oh crap, I'm not supposed to be drinking anything after midnight. I've never really, you know, given that much credence. I don't think the key is to drink a whole lot, like after midnight. It's like they don't want to do the anesthesia, which I shouldn't have full anesthesia tomorrow. But they don't want you like to have like, a stomach full of stuff on top of you know, when they're going to do that anesthesia, run the tube down your throat, all that business. But I need my tea, so here it goes. I think I read something about that Joker. Yeah, Eric, I had to postpone my last surgery, which was going to be my last one on this arm, hopefully, if nothing goes wrong. I had to postpone it because over the Christmas holiday, I was exposed to someone with the coof. So I did, even though I never had any symptoms and I never got sick, I went ahead and did what I thought was the right thing to do and tell them that I was having no symptoms, no anything, and for yeah, I mean, more or less, it was just kind of like I kind of almost wish I wouldn't have said anything looking back, but you don't know what's right and what's wrong. Derek, man, dude, if you guys did not see Derek's live with Cobra Man Ray Hunter, guys, a matter of fact, just I wouldn't even say log. I would even go so far as to say log off here. Go check out Derek's live with Cobra Man Ray Hunter, because what a lot of people don't know about Ray is the guy. I mean, I don't think he ever got the credit or the publicity that he deserved in that kind of genre. Someone somewhere will probably take offense to that. That's okay. I I like Cobra Man Ray Hunter. Guy's been around a long time, and he's always been fairly humble character. Like I can remember like messaging him like right after Facebook first came out, and he would like give me information and this and that and all this stuff. And the guy's just an all around great guy. He was live on Derek Reptile's channel. Matter of fact, I'm going to go find that live and I'm going to post it in the chat here. So if you're into venomous stuff, you definitely want to go check out this live with Cobra Man Ray Hunter. And it's not up. Derek, why is it not up? Derek? Dang it, Derek. Derek, you're making me mad. Where's it at? Cobra Man Ray is a legend. I mean, no doubt about it. The guy has been around for a long time. I'm trying to post the link into this chat room here so other people can click on it and watch it, but it will post in a few hours. Oh, okay. Thank you, Derek. I'll probably watch it again tomorrow. It's kind of one of those No offense, Derek. A lot of the guests you have are good guests. They're good people. But like I kind of, some of them I kind of know what they're going to say. They've been around. I know what they're talking about. Like I'll watch a live with Ray Hunter like 5 times in a row just to make sure I didn't miss anything, and then I'll break it up into like 10-minute increments. It's just I got a lot of respect for Ray Hunter, and he's an all around kind of level headed, down to earth guy. Um, you found him. You found him a home at the zoo. Good deal, Gary. Yeah, if it wasn't for issues like shipping and things like that, and being the time of the year it is, I might have been able to help out a little more with that. Sad that I wasn't. Sad that I couldn't. Eric B, the link to Cobra Man, Ray Hunter, and Derek is not up yet. So, you sent the link to my Instagram, and I'm on my mobile, so I can't access my Instagram while I'm doing this. Hang on, well, let me fix that, Eric. God, guys, do I really make Eric be a moderator? Eric's good people. Of course, we're going to add him as a moderator. Eric B is now a moderator. Joker, I really liked you using OBS. I would use OBS if I did a lot of guest stuff. I would I've used StreamYard a couple of times. StreamYard is actually an app that I had to I had to download on my phone because most of my lives I do from my phone. I monitor the comments on my desktop, and I ran out of room on my phone, and I still had like a ton of video from this year that I had to get processed, placed off my phone onto my computer. I had to delete a lot of apps I didn't really want to delete, anyway, long story short, I had to get rid of StreamYard, so now I have to go back through the website, log in. It's almost like you have to set it up time and time again. So I don't use StreamYard often. I did it that one night with Benji, just because I was, just because like I felt like doing a live and bringing someone on. But anyway, and guys, I kind of don't take this personal, anyone, because I see some names asking questions. It's not that I don't want too many people being admins, because I talked to Iron Dog about that a couple days back, and he was telling me not to wrench like everyone in your chat because, like you can get a hacker or something that way. And so anyway, I just don't always, throw a bunch of people on blue. I don't have a lot of problems with drama. I don't have a lot of problems with bots. So I'm kind of sitting there going, if it doesn't work, why fix it? And believe me, excuse me, sorry about that. No offense, I actually, I don't want to say this and then have someone get offended, but I'm going to say this and offend y'all. Now, sometimes, like when I go in a chat and they make me blue, it's like, oh God, now I have to pay attention. Oh God, and then I feel bad if I miss something. A lot of you guys know I'm not like actively paying attention when I'm running your lives. I come in here, turn the live on, I have to stop and get back to what I'm doing. And so I never mind if no one doesn't make me blue or not. I'm sitting there thinking, reptile feedings, I know you by another name. Shut up, Eric. You got your wrench. You got blue. Eric, shut up. Reptile feedings, who are you, dude? I know you. I just... Hang on, can I go to your channel? Go to channel. Okay. Okay. Now it's clicking reptile feedings. Okay. Yeah, here, I'll go ahead and throw you on. Bam. And Gary Kelshaw. Let's look at you because, once again, I think that's kind of how that was happening. Right, Eric B. It took me a minute. I am fully committed to. Okay, Gary Kelshaw, you should be blue now. So I should have you guys set up. The only thing I'm wanting is like extreme profanity or anything racist or any crap designed to kill alive. I want that stuff gone. And I'm going to lean on the side of the moderator every time. If someone comes in, starts dropping a bunch of language, and you nuke them or you put them in timeout for 300 seconds, your word's going to be better than theirs. Because you guys, I just, I get a lot of school age kid traffic on this channel. This is the Angry Atotrox that I'm going live from. I almost went live from Roundup Rodeo. There will be a new video dropping over there at 6 or 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now, the funny thing about it is because this channel blew up and monetized so quickly, or not this channel, the Roundup Rodeo channel, blew up and monetized so quickly, I'm uploading all my older videos over there because some yahoo named Derek, with Derek's Reptiles, he's kind of a weird fellow, man. I don't know. He's like a nursing home stalker or something. I don't know, but I'm teasing Derek. I love you. But he was just kind of like, dude, upload everything over there. Hey, Beyond Prepping, hello. Glad you're here. And it kind of made sense because, like, that channel's monetized. It may not be monetized forever. There's some controversial stuff on there. I kind of did it more as a historical documentation tool. While I'm trying to build the Angry Aatrox, that one blows up and gets successful. So what do? You just roll with it. Beyond Prepping has some good survivalist type stuff on her channel. Go watch Beyond Prepping. She has some good stuff. Ledka, how you doing? Yeah, I saw that. Bob Saget died. I was never personally a big fan of his. However, my wife, she really liked like Full House, I guess was the name of the show. I want to say it's Full House. I never really got into into him a lot. And matter of fact, I'm going to throw Ledka on as an admin too. And here I am. This is my level of paranoid after what I talked about with Iron Dog a few days back. Was like, I'm sitting here, going and like Ledka. I just gave Ledka a blue hammer. I know who Ledka is. We've met face to face. We've hung out in parking lots at strange hours of the night. But I want to make sure that it was him from his channel before I put the blue hammer on him. Once again, it just seems like people can create a fake name and stuff, and the next thing you know, they're causing chaos on your channel. And there's been a lot of bots lately, even in, like, they were hitting Sherry Lynn Madcat's show the other night that sadly I didn't get to make it back to. Well, Eric B., it depends on what you consider good and not so good. Where were you, Eric? Oh, you were in Pennsylvania. That's right. Because, like, everybody was there. J&G Reptiles was there. Iron Dog was there. Ledka was there. And actually, it wasn't the middle of the night. It was the middle of my night, which is the day. Because anyone around me knows that, like, I'm this night person. Bob Saget was nasty. I like to stand up. Oh, God. Thank you, Joker. I enjoy your show. Even watching you do that video game stuff, man. I don't know what I'm watching, but I enjoy watching it. Joker's good people. So Zariel. Yeah. Ledka probably dropped out of here now after I said that. Mrs. Ledka was there too. I'll throw that in. Maybe that makes it all sound better. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe she'll like show up on my door and try to kick my butt, which I I wouldn't really mess with Mrs. Ledke because she looks I like she's like 100% lady, but she could also probably put a whooping on you. Anyway, enough about late nights and daytime meetings with J&G and Ledka and Iron Dog. And the Pemberton boys, man, the Pemberton boys showed up. Gosh, it's such an honor to have the Pemberton boys in my chat because these guys hit. Okay, who narked me? Who narked me out to Iron Dog? Someone narked me out to Iron Dog. I'm waiting. Anyway, just kidding. Not a lot, Pemberton. How are you guys doing? Lou B, what an honor to have you here tonight. I was just doing a quick live to say that I'm going to release a video tomorrow on Roundup Rodeo. It's one that, yeah, exactly, Iron Dog. It's one that I've released on the Angry Aatrox. It's called Backyard Wildlife. Please don't feel you need to watch it if you've already watched it over here. I mean, I don't want people double watching videos unless they just want to. But that channel's monetized, so I'm uploading all my old videos over there because I'm trying to make money while I can. I mean, you know, things don't last forever. And Lou B, I loved your newest video. Go check out Lou B and the Pemberton boys. Both of them are amazing, amazing filmmakers in their own right. And Pemberton boys and Lou B both, they work some snakes in there sometimes. Yes, Matt, that's the one that I'm dropping tomorrow. I talked to Squatchy last night, and I haven't talked to that guy in a month, and he said to say hi. And we were talking about future ideas for his channel and things like that. And yeah, ready to get back to Arizona. Well, Pemberton, man, be in touch with me about that because I'm wanting to hit Arizona at least one good solid 3 to 4 days when I can, when it's good. And I'm hoping to make it out there with you and Snakes on the Plains. I don't know if I will or not because it's a bummer. I have to use a sleep machine. I have sleep apnea. I have to use a machine to sleep, so I can't do the tent thing. And unless we have an electrical source, then I can do then I can do anything. I can sleep through a storm as long as the machine stays dry and it doesn't electrofry me. Beyond Prepping is saying that I'm buffering, and I'm not getting that vibe from anyone else. If anyone is send me a PM or something if you guys are noticing any buffering, because I'm looking. I don't know if it's software or what. Either way, Lou dropped a great one today. Pemberton boys, they dropped a good one a couple days back. A lot of crazy history on the Pemberton boys channel. Just can't say enough about them. Arizona is overrated. Hey, Smet Logic, try northwestern Oklahoma, okay? Don't get me wrong, it's not horrible, but Arizona, I think, would be like this amazing hot spot for what I get into and what I do. I'm all about the crotalids, the rattlesnakes, and Arizona is definitely the home for them, hands down. Exactly, Smet Logic. Pemberton boys, they make these insane history videos, and I want to say I heard from Snakes on the Plains that like Steve grew up in that area, and so he like knows all this kind of like, I don't know, call it tribal knowledge, but he knows like a lot of legends and things, a lot of things that people don't know about, and things that you're not going to know about just from reading the tourist guide stuff. So, exactly, Steve, 100%. That's why I think video, even stuff like what I do here, it's like, is it going to save the world? No. But is it important to document? Yeah. Sometimes I feel it is because things happen. And that's how the Roundup Rodeo channel got started. It's like I wanted to document the commercial rattlesnake trade. It wasn't that I was a fan of it. It was that I wanted to document it and say, hey, then if I call someone out, I can do it from the standpoint of, well, I know what I was talking about. Here's a link to when I was down there in 2011. Here's a link to when I was down there in 2018. Um, Come at me, bro. I mean, I'm not a big fan. I got to admit, not a big fan. But at the same time, it's like, to me, it's important that we get that stuff documented. Um, and it's just, and you don't want those things, you don't want stories and things like that to vanish. Because, Steve, I think you'll feel me on this one, Lou and Smetlogic. Guys, I'm not ripping on our age, but you start hitting 50 and you've lost a grandparent and or a parent, and then you realize all the stuff that went to the grave with them, their recipes, their financial advice, their their knowledge about certain situations, things. I mean, since my dad passed, there's like a million things I wish I would have written down. And while I shot a lot of video of him before he passed, I kind of wish I would have started doing it sooner. He hated cameras. He's like, get that thing out of my face. But but it's just, there's a lot that gets lost with generations, and so it is important to get things recorded and backed up and things like that. And and once again, like some of my herping videos that like are just, they get like maybe 100 views, 200 views max, and people will be like, well, I wasn't that impressed, and I'm like, yeah, but what you don't understand is, to me, that video helps me remember that day, and then I remember all the stuff we couldn't put on camera. I mean, I think one time we got Travis, the kid from Duncan. Dude flipped this huge rock and got nailed by like two or three scorpions at the same time, and he just climbed up a tree, and it was pretty rad. He told me if I ever release that video, he's going to kill me with a large weapon. The guy's a little on the dark side, so I think he would do it. So I'm never going to release that video, even though it would be like ultimate viral takeoff. But but anyway, yeah, the Cutthroat Massacre on the Pemberton Boys channel, that was bad. That was bad to the bone, Benji. I love that. And Steve, you guys will be seeing me sooner rather than later. Just trust me on that. But long story short, I wanted to hop on and do a quick live. Say I'm dropping a video from Roundup Rodeo tomorrow. It's backyard wildlife. It's all that stuff I found around my house over the summer, because we just moved in here, and we moved into a place where there was a lot of critters. And I kind of took advantage of that, especially after I broke my arm. I was like in my backyard filming bugs. I kind of totally missed the hognose snake season here in Oklahoma, and that's a big time of the year. That means a lot to the Oklahoma herpers. Um, Even though like the last two of them, it's like I would always go out there, and the day after I was there would be when everybody would find everything. Hey, Benji, got Pemberton Boys subbed from New Zealand. Yes, I'm glad to see that. Hey, Grim, how are you? Hey, J&G, how are you? Um, yeah, right, and Gary, and when you lose relatives and when you get older, you start realizing that there's a lot of things that just, will slip away. And I had a discussion earlier in the day with my friend Mark, who sometimes is under the name Nobody Special, sometimes he's under other names. And we were talking about history and how like kids don't value learning history today like they used to. And we weren't we weren't like, like totally bashing the youth of America today, but it kind of spurred from me going to my family doctor earlier this week. And my family doctor's an older gentleman in his 80s. He's semi-retired, but he wants to keep working. And so he works like half a week. But him and some of his friends get together, and they go to breakfast once a week on Saturday. And he was saying that, they were talking to this guy's grandkid because he brought his grandson along, and they asked him, if he knew about, the what happened at Normandy. And the kid was like, I don't know what Normandy is. I mean, I know there's a band named Normandy, and I'm sitting there going, I didn't know there was a band named Normandy. But he was talking about the World War I battle, and it's just like, man, I don't know what kids are learning in school today, or if they're just not paying attention. Whatever, whichever, it doesn't matter. It's just, yeah, I think history is doomed to repeat itself if we don't get a handle on some things. But I don't want to go deep in that for this channel. I am going to put a shout out if you have look at Reptile Feedings or Smet Logic. They've got these cool little logos. Benji has a cool little logo. Some people have no logos. Some of those things, not anyone in this chat currently, but some people I know that follow my channel have some things that are a little objectionable on their avatar. And it's hitting my spam, and I'm like going in and having to either delete their comments, or they're like, I'm commenting on your videos, it's not showing up. It's like, dude, you've got something that's objectionable, and I really don't want associated with my channel in your avatar. Please just drop that stuff. Either that or lose my channel, because I mean, I don't need, I'll put it this way. It takes a lot of work just to get to 1,000 subs. Okay, I don't need that destroyed because someone has a stupid picture in their avatar or something that is considered objectionable. DEA Exotics in the house. Glad to have you, sir. I feel like there's a million things we could talk about tonight, but I really don't want to. I did see that issue with Ty down in Florida and the iguanas. I think that's absolutely horrific. I want to say that for years, I've monitored wildlife conservation in Florida, and the Florida Wildlife Commission always screws it up every time. I don't know what they haven't screwed up, literally. About 4 years ago, they, put an open season on... hold that thought, Pemberton. They put an open season on black bears when they had cubs. And I'm sitting there going... That it's absolutely ridiculous. Exactly. Florida, I've never seen anything like it. Literally, I've never seen anything like Florida. I mean, to establish a bear season is one thing. Yeah, someone drop Snakes on the Plains link if you can. I'll see if I can do it real quick. But to me, to take an animal and put an open season on it when it is a native animal, and then when it has cubs and it's vulnerable, it's horrific. I mean, there's nothing sporting about any of that. Guys, that link I just threw on there is Snakes on the Plains. The guy's an amazing guy out of Oklahoma. He doesn't have as much time to be on YouTube as I do. So we need to get him up to 1,000 subs. His videos are just amazing. They're getting close to Smet Logic level, and we all know Smet Logic is God. I mean, that's just just throw that out there. And but he's creeping up that he's going up that ladder, and he's getting those crazy shots. No, Gary, not at all. It's not you. It's people posting things that are politically incorrect in their avatars, pictures of semi-naked women or something, and it's hitting my spam folders, and they're things like that, and just stuff like that. Exactly, DEA. I feel really bad for Ty, and it used to be Lemmy is God, now it's Smet Logic is God, okay? And then I'm sitting there thinking, gosh, you're being awful sacrilegious, Todd. So I'm just going to knock it off altogether. Do what Ariel, Viking Venture, and Victual says. Go sub Snakes on the Plains. That woman is my wife. Lou B, so glad you showed up tonight, Lou B. That's classic. Oh gosh, gosh, yeah, guys. Snakes on the Plains. He's a guy who just he's got a lot going on at home. He's raising kids. He does a lot with his kids, and but when he makes a video, he might only make one video a month, maybe a video every 2 months, maybe two videos a month. But they're really masterpieces when he puts in the extra work that I don't want to put in. I don't want to do all the B-roll and stuff. He does it. He gets the music together. Snakes on the Plains, another person that I just cannot say enough good things about. And he will get to 1,000. We'll have a drive if we have to. We'll have a drive where like, oh no, Pemberton, me and you can put our wallets together and we can like pay people a quarter to subscribe to his channel, and then like, you know, all they have to do is like stay sub to it for like a month, and then like we refund their quarter or something, or we keep it, or no, we're paying them. So yeah, that'd be screwed up either way. But Nat is busy racing champions. Yes, he is. Smet Logic. I got to meet one of them recently. Definitely very impressed. Very impressed. But guys, it's kind of been a bummer week. There's been all that stuff going on with the infamous snake surgery that I don't even want to get into here. I haven't even taken the time to look into it to know who's right, who's wrong, whatnot. It's been covered on other shows. Don't need to cover it here. Right, Grim, and that's the thing is that like I could do more B-roll and stuff. I could do a better production. I could throw in music, things like that. But it's kind of to the point where like, like I lose field herping time to doing that kind of stuff. And so I don't, want to really do that. I want to kind of keep my videos a little more simple, but I definitely don't have a problem with people like Smet Logic, Luby, Snakes on the Plains, Pemberton Boys, making these long format videos that are highly entertaining, that are very well done. Pemberton Boys, I mean, you should really just go check his out just for his filmmaking skills alone. Because he did, like in 6 months, he was doing things with a drone that I'm just now figuring out, and I've been droning for like 2 years. So there goes that idea. Just take the Mini 2 and just like go ahead and throw it in the trash and just pay Pemberton Boys to get my shots for me. That'd probably work. But yeah, there's a lot of controversy and stuff going on right now, and I just kind of glad that I have been out of most of it. Right on, Grim. I understand that. Yeah, Pemberton drone skills are pretty on fire. I would agree with that, Smet Logic. And if he doesn't give up the secrets soon, Pemberton isn't going to be doing much hiking this next year and breaking his ankle. I'm just joking, Steve, because actually Steve's kind of a tough dude. I don't know if you've met Steve, but like you just don't want to get drunk and wrestle him on a Saturday night. I'll say that. Stay in your lane. There you go. Good advice. More iced tea. And once again, Quick Trip was out. Quick Trip, what are you doing to me? Quick Trip, I live for your iced tea. I've got people in other states hooked on your iced tea. Started shooting hellfires yesterday with my drone. Well, Steve, I don't know if you have my channel, Ariel, Oklahoma. That's where I put most of my drone stuff. And once again, it's kind of been like a personal growth channel. I'm not trying to grow it, but it's like, I kind of like look back and see how much better I'm doing today than I was a year and a half ago. And the advent of the quick shots, that's something I wish I would have started messing with right off the bat, because the DJI quick shot feature is so amazing. It is so amazing that it's like you can like take it to like a place where there's like habitat, and you can put it on like circle and slow and whatnot, and you can really get some really crazy cinematic type footage of the area that you're hiking. And I picked up a Mini 2 just to have something that was smaller, and you know, I mean, I've still got my Mavic 2 Pro, but anyway, yeah, it's just kind of incorporating all that. I'm going to start doing that more this coming year. Gary Killshaw, you lost 4 drones. What kind of drones were you flying, buddy? I've I had this little husband drone. It was the kind where you could um, you could mount like a GoPro to the top of it, but you probably wouldn't want to. And the thing stayed in the air half the time anyway. It was called a Husband 4, not husband, husband, Husban. And me and this friend of mine, we goofed around with it for 2 weeks. And finally, when I got it to take off, like it hit the ceiling, it bounced down, it attacked me, chased me like a cottonmouth, man. I got chased like a cottonmouth, man, by this little plastic drone thing. And then it whacked this hand all up. This was like back in April of earlier this year. Almost took out one of my eyes and then like deflected off that wall over there and then died a peaceful death. And I told Stacy, I said, man, dude, I'll buy you a new one of those if I don't have to fix this old one, because I was just like, he, I, it was a bad thing. So I say go with DJI with drones, even the minis. The minis are getting to where they're $200-300. Get a mini, get extra batteries for it. You will spend so much more time flying and so much less time chasing down, lost drones, other things. I really highly recommend DJI. What are you guys doing with this Kentucky Fire, bro? I know some that one. We had some close calls on the lake when wakeboarding. Oh, okay. Yeah, and Pemberton, along the lines of aquatic footage, Dylan Young is starting his podcast back up. He's done a couple on Oklahoma University football players. And he started doing that podcast, and I think he covered Caleb Williams the other day. But he wants to have me on as a guest soon, so I'll make sure you're aware of when that happens, because him being a localized guy and being so OU football and everything, I'm sure you'd want to hear what he has to say, or what he's into that. Good gosh, $4,000, Gary. What kind of drones were you buying, and what were you doing with them? Because like I've got like a $1,500 Mavic Pro that is almost impossible to lose. I mean, you just hit return to home if anything else, and it just flies back to you automatically. And then I picked up the DJI Mini. Well, I got the Flymore pack, and it was I got the Flymore pack. It's about $599, which it's worth it to me to go ahead and pay an extra $200 and get the extra batteries, because batteries on some models, like the Mavic Air, not the Mavic Air 2 Pro, but just the first Mavic Air, people are having a hard time finding the batteries. There's all this aftermarket junk. You're better off investing and getting stuff, that you can go with. Yeah, exactly. Dylan Young is damn good at flying. He's just been flying for ages. I you know I don't want to talk about Caleb either. Of course, I'm kind of more of the OSU guy, so it doesn't bother. I'm so not even into football. My wife explains football to me, and then by the same token, I explain hockey to her. I'm into ice hockey. Yes, Gary, do not ride the drones. Hey, Moon. Yeah, nobody in the Sooner Nation wants to talk about Caleb right now. Of course, I don't think it's set that he's going to go, but a loss. Things will happen. The DJI Mini has incredible quality. Rob, it's I wouldn't say it's as good as like the Mavic 2 Pro, but it's close. But what it is I don't have the other one out for size difference. This thing weighs like less than 249 grams, which means you don't have, or it weighs 249 grams. That means you don't have to register it with the FAA. My Mavic Pro 2 weighs like 2,000 grams or something, you have to register it with the FAA. And a lot of the features are the same. And if you kind of already know how to fly a drone, a Mini 2 will get a lot of things that a Mavic will. So I didn't know that, Pemberton, but anyway, okay. And I like you, I've been drifting away from sports for a couple of years now. You know, I just I follow hockey and preferably minor league and some major league, college stuff like that. But I'm really just kind of, everyone started getting political and stuff, and I'm just like, I turn on this game to get away from that stuff. No offense to anybody watching, but I just I just, it's just not my thing. I don't want to hear your message or hear your rhetoric or whatever it is. Whether I agree with it or not is irrelevant. It's just not the time and place. I also hate it when musicians do that crap. So like, you know, I just, it's not my thing. Grim Exotics, where are you at in the mountains? Because I want to say, okay, Grim Exotics. Oh, okay, Grim. Okay, yeah, okay. Dude, we need to hit the mountains. Sorry, I have to go to your channel too. Like, I know people by their, like, regular names, and then it's like I know them by their YouTube names or their Facebook names, their Instagram names. Next thing you know, it's just like, hey, dude, I know you. Yeah, West Virginia. There are some amazing Horridus in West Virginia. Those yellows, those blacks, those greens. It would be worth it just to get up there and target the Horridus in that area alone. Plus those, I love the eastern milk snakes. I'm not going to say I love them more than the like central and plains milk snakes we have out here, but the easterns are definitely stunners. Yeah, and that's my whole thing, Ariel. It's like when you come onto my channel, you expect to hear snakes. When I go onto your channel, I expect to hear like cooking stuff or cooking videos. Like Iron Dog, I go to Iron Dog's channel to see live feeding videos. I mean, it's just kind of like when people kind of go off the path of what they're really about, it doesn't resonate well. And you can see this in people's views. Like, I would do snake video after snake video, and then I would throw in like an aquatics video, which I wanted to do and would go ahead and do anyway. And like my average videos were getting 400 to 600 views, and then that aquatics video would like barely break 100 if lucky. And it's like, I understand it. Fish people aren't coming to my channel because it's not a dedicated fish channel. You come to my channel to see idiots, DEA. Oh, God. Andrew, much love, brother. From North Dakota to Oklahoma, bud, much love. I would say, honestly, DEA Exotics, which is Andrew, is probably the guy in this chat I have known the longest. I've known him since 2009, 2010, somewhere in there. You come to my channel to see it. I'm sorry, that's gonna be. I'm gonna steal that one-liner, Andrew, and use it. Yeah, dark and yellow Horridus. Yeah, Grim. Those things are amazing. I definitely. I've got a friend up in Pittsburgh area, Pennsylvania, and he's been a long time snake hunter guy, and he showed me some of the ones they found up there, and they're just amazing. Those blacks are wicked. Yeah, I tell you this, DEA, not to bring up a sore subject, but I was in a live the other night, and someone said something about the Urban Jungles podcast or something. And I thought it was like, the old Urban Jungles, Danny and Andy from way back. I'm still in contact with Andy. I haven't talked to Danny in forever. But I thought they were talking about that, and I was just like, did that thing fall off and then it's been replaced by a new one, and I'm just that old and have been around that long, and nothing would surprise me anymore. Arturo Mansour Hall, happy Sunday. Yes, happy Sunday to you too, sir. I'm sitting here looking at... I've been on about 45 minutes. This is good. I tried to get Mark in here with me tonight. No, Andrew, it's a new Urban Jungles. It's not Danny and Andy. It's a new Urban Jungles. And what had happened is I had found the ticket stub to the Abilene Rough Stock Rodeo, which was the time I went down there to help Danny get video out of Sweetwater's roundup. And like he got thrown out, and I got in and got the video, but like later that night I went to the rodeo because like I was stuck in Abilene, Texas, with not a lot going on. Um, I haven't been in contact with Danny in 5 years, and that's fine. Um, that's totally. I mean, I'm not saying I got anything against the guy, but it's just he's starting to go off this direction. I'm going off this direction, and if he needs something, he knows how to get me. He can find me on Instagram. Yeah, Reggie's Urban Jungle. Iron Dog, there used to be this really popular podcast called Urban Jungles Radio with, yeah, neither did I, Andrew, with Danny Mendez and Andy. I can never pronounce his last name, so everybody just called him Andy V. There's pictures of him on my Instagram. And we did a lot of stuff together back in the days. They had a controversial show. They did anger some people. They angered me a couple of times. So that's okay. That's kind of what they did. They were kind of that agent provocateur of the herb community that keeps everything interesting. But anyway, yeah, someone had we are showing age. We really are. It's we really are DEA, but at the same time, man, cheers to being around that long. Um, Hang on, I just saw something. Do. Are we still talking about? Hang on, Kevin and the Jungle Dude. No, I wasn't trying to talk about Kevin at all because I don't even know the guy. I haven't picked up on what all's going on. I just said that issue's out there. I do know what's going on with Ty Park, and that situation is really kind of sad. It's my understanding was he was trying to rehome some green iguanas. But anyone who knows Ty Park also knows he keeps his animals like in immaculate condition, and really puts a lot into their housing and stuff. And and I guess Florida Wildlife Commission confiscated like 31 of his lizards, and I heard they euthanized him. And so, yeah, so I really feel bad for Ty, even though like guy doesn't show up in my lives, I don't show up in his. I'll leave it at that. He's not a bad dude. I just don't see eye to eye with him on some things. But either way, it just kind of seems like it's been this trauma-filled week in the lives, and hopefully, hopefully in about 6 7 hours, I go through the last damn surgery for this arm that I hopefully ever have to have. A matter of fact, I think if I hit Arizona with the Pemberton Boys and Snakes on the Plains this year, which I'm planning on, I think I'm gonna like have um, them like wrap me in a balloon suit or something. So like if I fall off a cliff, like I'll just bounce and like tumble down, and like Border Patrol can rescue me or something, or Nate can rescue me. I mean, he's good at that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of been like you know that's you raise a good point, DEA. The peacock bass are protected because the anglers want to fish for them. The anglers contribute a ton of money to Florida Wildlife Conservation, and so that's a protected invasive species. Anything on Ty Park's compound is potentially invasive. He keeps turtles. He keeps all kinds of tropical turtles, all kinds of tropical lizards. Any of that stuff could bust out of there and become invasive. But we anyone who knows Ty, or has seen pictures of his enclosures or anything, that's not the guy that's going to have a massive escape or something, or at least it doesn't appear to be. I think he goes out of his way to do things right. So, you know, there's millions of invasive, I won't say millions, I'll say easily thousands of invasive species in Florida. It's a topic I've studied at length, and you easily hit 1,000 invasive plant species in Florida that are causing problems. And yet they're going after the iguanas and, you know, the berms, the retics, the things like that. Bet reptile people would pay to go catch wild reptiles. Do you have to? DA, I think they were doing that for a while, and I think they were like bringing back like rat snakes and stuff, and some of them didn't know what the heck they were looking at. And I kind of lean towards that philosophy. It'd be nice if they would go, clean up some of this stuff because they're invasive species. They don't belong there, and I don't care about people and their perceived rights to keep animals. I mean, I support responsible reptile keeping, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, if it's an invasive, it needs to be caught and removed or dispatched. And sadly, a friend of mine who, guy used to have a show on Animal Planet. He's a real hoot. Guy named Ned. He does wildlife control in Florida, and he kind of focuses on the prevention angle. And he was talking to me about, like how do we deal with iguanas? Like, what's the most humane way to put them down? And I'm like, well, you can gas them, but that gets expensive. And I told him, I said, dude, I'd just shoot them in the head with a pellet gun. It'd probably be the most humane and most cost effective. Even though I don't like it, I wouldn't enjoy it. It would be one way to dispatch a lot of them quickly. Kiko FX Designs, glad you're here tonight, brother. Don't worry about being off topic. Tornadoes hit all parts of Tulsa. Tornadoes, Pemberton boys, if you're still with me, jump in on this. I know Kiko is thinking about moving to the Oklahoma area, and tornadoes can hit anywhere in the state of Oklahoma. I've been here for 50 years. I've seen tornadoes hit West Tulsa, Central Tulsa, North Tulsa, South Tulsa, East Tulsa. Down by where Pemberton Boys is, they're kind of down around Oklahoma City. They get a lot more tornadoes down there than we do up here in Tulsa. And they've had some really big EF5s and things come through. And Ledka says, don't move to Moore. I think that's where Pemberton Boys are, Ledka. I think they're in Moore or close to Moore. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have given out that much information. Steve, yell at me later if I did. But we're legit like that. But yeah, Moore is like a tornado hotspot. Tulsa gets a few tornadoes a year. And Tulsa gets a lot of smaller tornadoes like EF1s, EF2s, things like that. But it really can hit any part of. Yeah, I'm in Moore. Ha 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 ha. Okay, Pemberton Boys Ledka is in, I want to say Ledka's in, what's that town? Shawnee? Is it Shawnee, Seminole, somewhere over there? Ledka's not too far from Moore. Yeah, exactly. They hit everywhere in Oklahoma. And if the ones that hit out in the Panhandle and extreme western Oklahoma would get the attention, Seminole, there you go. If they would get the attention, if those were populated areas, you would hear a lot more about them. I'm pretty sure we we get like 50 to 100 tornadoes a year, and very rarely does one even become newsworthy. Move to Pitcher, Oklahoma. DEA Exotics, you can't move to Pitcher, Oklahoma, from what I've heard. I'm yeah, you're in the path of the last EF5. That's right, you are, Pemberton. Yeah, it's good for your health. That's funny, DEA. It's my understanding that the whole town of Pitcher has been shut down, leveled. The DEA bought the DEA, not the FDA, not the DEA. the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, has bought the entire town of Pitcher, and they're not allowing new construction. They're not allowing people to move back in there. Um, it's um, it's kind of one of the places where they were trying to rebuild some of it, and then a big tornado hit there. But it's still so contaminated up there. A friend of mine who's now deceased was a reporter for the Tulsa World, and he did a string of articles on Pitcher, Oklahoma, starting back about like 20 years ago, and followed it up till about the time of his death, which was 2012. And Pemberton Boys, though, when they started rebuilding it this last time, a tornado hit up there. And it was, I can't remember if it was connected to that big one that hit Joplin, but I just took it as God's way of saying, screw this, we're not rebuilding here, and boom, your town's gone, or what's left of your town is gone. But and then one of the guys from Rascal Flats is from there, so like let's just not bring up Pitcher. Let's forget that Pitcher and Rascal Flats exist. What about Eufaula? Eufaula, same thing. They can get tornadoes there. That's down south of Tulsa. There's a lot of good snake action down there, but I don't think you're that into snakes, Kiko. You're kind of into computers. Really, the whole state of Oklahoma is a tornado zone. But honestly, like, I lived in Broken Arrow the past 15 years of my life. I've had two tornadoes go over my house but not touch down. Today I live closer to Manford. Manford had a huge EF4 tornado in 1984, and that was before that my wife was actually living in Manford at the time. That's where she grew up and where she was from. And her friend's dad would not come in the church that Sunday that tornado hit. And he waited in his truck. Unfortunately, he did perish in the incident. He was the only fatality of the 1984 Manford tornado. And so she's like, we've got like double safe rooms in this house. I mean, seriously, I kid you not. Um, if there's ever a tornado, all you Oklahoma people just head to my house because we got room for like 25 people in a safe room here. Plus, it's stocked with snacks. I mean, it's the good life. I can't complain. But tornadoes can generally hit the entire state. They're not as common in Eufaula. I think they really hit the western and central part of the state more because of the flat land leading up to those like populated areas. But believe me, when that circulation gets going, it can move anywhere. But anyway, gang, I've been on right about an hour tonight. I just wanted to come on and say new video dropping tomorrow on Roundup Rodeo. Exactly, Iron Dog Man. If the wife likes you, if we get a tornado, just head down the street, because like literally we can pack half the neighborhood in the safe room. And actually, the pool, Eric B. In the event of a tornado, the pool would be the safest place to be. Just do not chase a yellow-bellied racer. I can't believe that my entire life the most severe snake-related injury I had came from a juvenile eastern racer, non-venomous. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and log off. Thank all of you for stopping by tonight. I mean, I didn't expect this many people to show up. Thank you guys for running hammers. Thank you, Lou, Smet, Benji, Ariel, Joker, Reptile, J&G, Eric B, Derek's Reptiles, Pemberton Boys, Snakes on the Plains who are not here. Be sure and sub their channel. It's a crime. They're hanging out around 500 subs. Beyond Prepping, always good to have you here. I've been watching quite a few of your videos. I haven't got to comment on all of them. Solo, it's good to see you tonight. I should go longer, but at some point I need to get like 4 hours of sleep before surgery. I didn't even wake up till like about 3 o'clock this afternoon, so I really don't expect to sleep much tonight. And then I got to be on dock at 8:15 in the morning. And hopefully I get the one screw removed and hopefully after that, it's back to life for normal for me. But hey, Kiko, I appreciate that, man. And hit me up anytime, dude. Leave me a comment with a way to get a hold of you if you do start making progress towards moving out this way. And I'll at least hit you up with some places to go to not go. I saw that everybody made the move on Eufaula. It's full of tweakers. Hell, Oklahoma itself is full of tweakers. I live in Sand Springs today, and it's full of tweakers. Um, Broken Arrow had its own population of tweakers. God, they're all over the state. But anyway, thank you, Ariel, for stepping in to help out. Thank you, Benji, for doing the same. Thank you, DEA. Right, DEA, that snake related injury will affect you for the rest of your life. I know I'm more mangled up by falling and breaking an arm chasing a racer than like some people are off venomous bites, which just is so not right. But anyway, it's so me. Like I said, if I hit Arizona, I'm gonna have them wrap me in like a spacesuit or something. Who knows? Maybe we can pump it up with air and we can like tie it to Nate's belt buckle and he can just drag me through the desert and I can spot things from up high. That'd be cool. Aerial herping. Um, Aerial herping. I love that. Yeah, and Pemberton killer shot in Nate's video. That rattlesnake with the drone. That's something straight out of Living Zoology. Check out Living Zoology for some good ideas, Steve. Um, Thank you guys all for coming. I appreciate it. DA, I'll let you soon. Hopefully, we get to hook up and do a fauna radio show soon. I would love to sit down and visit with you and Gary about anything you guys want. I think you know that I can probably roll with it. Um, if it's something I don't know about, man, hit me up. I can do some quick research. I think we could make a good show of it. But that would be an honor to do that with you and Gary. Trust me. Thank you guys. I'm so glad like my favorite people showed up tonight. It just I don't know, warms my heart to know that you guys hung out. And also jumped on Snakes on the Plains channel because dude's needing some upward momentum, and he is all about, he will pay it back. If he sees you commenting, he will pay it back. Arturo, good to see you jumping in tonight. Gang, hopefully Iron Dog does his, is Iron Dog doing his live tomorrow? Do we know? I haven't seen anything, so, but either way, hopefully the My Animal House show gets back on track soon. And Iron Dog, I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about your health. You hit me up if you need anything. You know, I'm just down the road, bro. Just down the road. But thank you guys all for watching. And thank you again for Ariel for dropping Snakes on the Plains link. Guys, please know, everyone in this chat who's been scrapping for hours, I've been catching your lives. I've been playing them for extended periods of time. I may not be in your chat every 5 minutes, but believe me, I've played some 7 and 8 hour lives this week. I'm all about helping people get their hours. People helped me get mine. So, you know, let's take time to pay that forward where we can, when we can. And guys, y'all stay safe and have a blessed night. And thank you everyone for showing up.